the Chinese government has actively sought to boost economic growth by promoting the manufacturing of electric vehicles in recent years. Their aim is to position themselves competitively against the West, starting on an equal footing and enhancing China's global influence. Despite these aspirations, the realization of their EV dream is encountering numerous substantial challenges. According to a Taiwanese expert, the Chinese Communist Party made a strategic decision 2 decades ago to adopt an expedited approach in the electric vehicle sector, aiming to maintain a competitive edge over global powers. CCP's ambition extends beyond EV, encompassing the utilization of technologies like the C919 aircraft, automotive products, and high-speed railways to rival Western nations, showcasing China's newfound status as a formidable global player. Additionally, CCP is committed to this objective and is willing to invest substantial resources, even if it means overcoming significant financial challenges, to emerge victorious in the competition. China's electric vehicle market surpasses selling prices. In 2009, with the goal of rapidly propelling the EV industry onto the global stage, the Chinese government made a pivotal decision to fully support the sector by initiating subsidies. This crucial move significantly contributes to the affordability of Chinese EV. In a communication dated November 7 addressed to U.S. Trade Representative Catherine Tai, a congressional group led by Congressman Mike Gallagher highlighted that for over a decade, the Chinese government has granted Chinese EV manufacturers a substantial advantage over their rivals. The governing authority in China has not only provided discriminatory subsidies and favorable market access policies to Chinese EV manufacturers but has also exerted pressure on foreign EV companies to transfer core technology essential for Chinese counterparts. The U.S. congressman pointed out that Beijing has employed a typical communist economic model, channeling considerable financial resources into supporting electric vehicles. As an illustrative example, they reference Chinese electric vehicle manufacturer NIO. Even though NIO incurred a loss of $835 million in the second quarter of 2023, equivalent to $35,000 per electric vehicle, it managed to survive due to the Chinese government channeling $2.6 billion in tax money to subsidize the company. According to Vision Times, subsidies for electric vehicles provided by the Chinese government sometimes exceed the actual selling price of the vehicles. At various levels of CCP, government entities offer direct subsidies to electric vehicle manufacturers. This facilitates reductions or exemptions from vehicle purchase taxes for both units and individuals buying electric vehicles. Under the guise of preventing traffic system overload, numerous major cities in China have imposed restrictions on the purchase of gasoline-powered cars. However, the acquisition and unrestricted use of electric cars are permitted. Lawmakers further emphasized that the Chinese government's dominion over critical raw materials and a staggering 76% share of global battery production provide another substantial advantage to China's electric vehicle companies, enabling them to achieve competitive pricing in the electric vehicle market. China's continued dominance in the global electric vehicle market. As reported by Bloomberg, China has now assumed a leading role in the production of environmentally friendly vehicles, manufacturing approximately 6 million electric and plug-in hybrid vehicles last year, equivalent to nearly 1 in every 3 new cars sold in the mainland, all proudly made in China. CAAM emphasized that China has maintained its position as the global leader for 8 consecutive years, showcasing explosive growth in the EV sector. Nevertheless, despite these positive indicators, numerous reports shed light on some less favorable aspects of the Chinese EV manufacturing industry. Dangerous side effects from subsidies. Meng Jun, a Chinese-American business owner, expressed reservations about the present state of China's electric vehicle industry, drawing parallels with the risks associated with a real estate bubble or possibly an even more precarious situation. According to Meng, a considerable number of businesses registered for EV production in China resort to fraudulent practices to secure subsidies from the Chinese government. This issue is not a recent revelation and has been known since 2016. During that year, a survey conducted by the Chinese Ministry of Finance on 93 electric car manufacturing companies revealed that as many as 72 companies were engaging in deceptive practices to illegitimately obtain subsidies. A prevalent tactic employed by EV manufacturing businesses to inflate subsidy amounts involves falsifying sales records and license plates, exaggerating the number of units sold. As an illustrative example, Suzhou King Long's company falsified a staggering 1,683 documents in 1 year to dishonestly access subsidies. Additionally, given that the Chinese government stipulates differing subsidy levels for various vehicle models, EV manufacturers frequently adjust product parameters to align with types that qualify for the highest incentives. The battery constitutes the most expensive component in electric vehicles, representing approximately 40% of the overall product cost. Companies adopt a strategy where they initially sell electric cars to customers, taking advantage of government subsidies. Subsequently, they repurchase these vehicles and convert them into gasoline-powered vehicles for resale in rural areas. Meanwhile, the battery from the old car is transferred to the next vehicle, allowing for the continuation of subsidy applications. This arrangement involves collusion between the so-called car customers and the company, resulting in financial gains. Meng highlighted another intricate tactic that, while fully compliant with Chinese law, leverages subsidies through the Chinese government's protectionist policy. Referred to as producing and consuming themselves, EV manufacturers establish or affiliate with another company to sell or lease EV products, further exploiting subsidies available under the protectionist measures. Bloomberg reports that electric cars manufactured in China are primarily acquired by ride-hailing companies and then rented out to drivers. In the early stages of China's electric vehicle market, the surge in delivery numbers was attributed to car-sharing fleets, with only a limited number of private customers opting to make purchases. Should these ride-hailing companies prove unprofitable, a practice observed is the recovery of batteries to be installed in new cars, perpetuating the cycle of applying for subsidies. Numerous reports highlight the presence of abandoned electric cars and fields on the outskirts of the Chinese city of Hangzhou, surrounded by weeds and garbage. These vehicles, either unsellable or with batteries that may have been recalled, contribute to environmental concerns. In response to the discovery of fraudulent tactics employed to obtain subsidies, the Chinese government raised financial subsidy conditions, leading to a gradual decrease in subsidy amounts each year. As of December 31, 2022, the Chinese government concluded its 13-year subsidy policy for electric vehicle manufacturers. This shift has unveiled the true state of China's EV manufacturing industry, revealing its actual strength and challenges. NIO, Xpeng, and Li Auto face mounting losses. According to Vision Times, NIO, Xpeng, and Li Auto currently hold the top 3 positions among China's electric vehicle manufacturers, but all 3 companies are grappling with significant financial losses. In 2022, NIO reported a net loss of $1.99 billion, reflecting a staggering 259.4% year-on-year increase in losses. Despite selling 122,486 vehicles last year, each unit was estimated to incur a loss of $16,000. Xpeng Motors faced a loss of 9.14 billion yuan, approximately $1.26 billion, in 2022, marking an 87.9% year-on-year increase in losses. The company sold 120,757 vehicles last year, resulting in an estimated loss of 76,000 yuan, about $10,000 per vehicle sold. Leapmotor recorded a loss of $280 million in 2022, indicating a substantial 532.2% increase compared to the previous year's losses. Despite selling 133,246 vehicles, the estimated loss per vehicle sold was $2,000. Although all 3 companies experienced increased sales and revenue in 2022 compared to 2021, the losses also saw a significant uptick. The financial outlook for these companies in 2023 remains challenging. In the second quarter of this year, NIO reported a loss of $942 million, equivalent to $39,000 per car sold. Xpeng recorded a net loss of $437 million, with an average loss of $2,489 per vehicle sold. As of mid-year, Leapmotor sustained a net loss of over $1.9 billion USD, equating to a loss of $7,778 USD on each car sold. BYD stands out as the sole profitable company in the Chinese electric vehicle industry. However, its profits are modest, ranging from about $1,400 at the highest end to just over $280 at the lower end per car. Meng asserts that electric vehicle manufacturing companies in China are not turning a profit but are reliant on state subsidies for survival. The Chinese government's decision to withdraw subsidies has triggered an intense price war within the Chinese EV industry. Since the start of the year, Tesla has implemented several price adjustments, initiating a global wave of electric vehicle price reductions. This has led numerous car manufacturers in the Chinese auto market to join the trend. Despite these adjustments, Tesla continues to maintain high profits, with each Tesla car yielding a profit margin ranging from $6,538 USD to $11,530 USD. This surpasses the profit margins of other companies, notably exceeding BYD's. In addition to grappling with substantial domestic losses, Chinese EV manufacturers are facing fierce internal competition. Expert Xi'an predicts that survival in this challenging environment may pose significant difficulties for BYD, China's largest EV manufacturer. Substandard quality products. China has faced criticism for its historical reputation for substandard construction projects, often referred to as Tofu projects. This reputation extends to various products manufactured for export, including electric vehicles, which are also sometimes perceived as having tofu quality. Before Tesla established its production in Shanghai in early 2020, Bloomberg reported that most EV produced in China were small in size and considered to be of lower quality. One of the major concerns associated with Chinese EV is their tendency to catch fire. In 2021, Chinese authorities reported at least 3,000 EV fires, a significant safety issue that has drawn attention and raised concerns. Xi'an, an expert, remarked that while Chinese electric cars may initially appear aesthetically pleasing, issues arise after running tens of thousands of kilometers or after a period of use. Noise problems and unexpected quality issues become apparent. Dai further noted that in many cases where Chinese-made electric cars do not catch fire immediately after an impact, incidents may occur unexpectedly, even days later. This underscores a safety concern that goes beyond the immediate aftermath of an accident. The ranking of electric vehicle brands causing fires in Chinese media from 2020 to 2022 places BYD products at the top with the highest number of reported fires. Strikingly, the top 4 positions on the list are all held by Chinese electric vehicle manufacturing companies. According to Nikkei, Chinese electric vehicle products experience a rapid loss of value due to the quick degradation of their batteries. This depreciation is a significant factor affecting the market perception and resale value of these vehicles. Furthermore, expert David Huang expressed concerns about the installation of monitoring devices on electric vehicles in China. He stated that this practice instills fear among customers as it not only violates privacy rights but also poses potential threats to the country's national security. The sensitive nature of monitoring devices on EV raises questions about the balance between technological advancements and individual rights in China's electric vehicle landscape. The world is boycotting electric vehicles made in China. Chinese electric vehicle manufacturing companies are facing significant challenges as they prioritize entering the U.S. market. The Biden administration has demonstrated a firm stance on China, maintaining a 25% tariff on Chinese goods, posing a considerable obstacle for Chinese EV manufacturers aiming to compete with established players like Tesla. In a letter to the U.S. Trade Representative, lawmakers emphasize the importance of maintaining and potentially increasing tariffs on Chinese EV to prevent them from flooding the U.S. market. They urge the initiation of a Section 301 investigation into China's protectionist practices against the U.S. auto industry and labor. Section 301 allows the USTR to impose sanctions on countries violating U.S. trade agreements. Beyond the U.S., Chinese EV manufacturers are encountering challenges globally. In Australia, the government has taken measures to restrict Chinese investments in local lithium and rare earth mining companies. In Europe, while Chinese electric vehicles benefit from lower tax rates and the bloc's green policy, an anti-subsidy investigation into Chinese EV has been initiated by the European Commission. European leaders have raised concerns about the global market being flooded with cheap Chinese electric cars, kept artificially low in price due to substantial subsidies from the Chinese government. These challenges underscore the difficulties Chinese EV face in establishing a long-term foothold and achieving the envisioned influential position in the global market as desired by the Chinese government.